Imagine this. What if every story you've ever heard, every family memory, every single fairy tale was all resting on your shoulders and yours alone? What if you were the last person in the entire universe left to tell them? Well, that is the incredible, heavy burden at the very heart of the story we're diving into today, the last Cuentista. Como me lo contaron, lo cuento. It basically means, as it was told to me, I tell it. And that is the promise, the legacy passed down to a young girl named Petra Peña. She becomes the keeper of an entire world's memories. And her journey, well, it shows us that our stories, our cuentos, they're not just tales. They're literally who we are. Okay, so let's go back. Before the end of everything, Petra's world was warm. It smelled like home. Her whole life was basically woven together from two things: her family's love and, maybe most importantly, the incredible stories told by her grandmother, her abuela.
I mean, can't you just smell that sweet piñon smoke? The comfort of a story being told by a crackling fire? This is the world Petra knows. It's so rich with folklore and family and just this deep sense of belonging. But all of this warmth, this entire world, it's about to be snuffed out forever.
And the end, it has a name: the fire snake. See, a solar flare knocks Halley's comet way off its path and sends it hurtling directly towards Earth. They call it the fire snake, this giant celestial serpent coming back not for a visit, but to literally consume its mother, Earth.
There's one last chance for humanity. A very select few, and that includes Petra and her family. They're chosen for a, get this, 380-year journey to a new planet called Sagan. The plan is to sleep in stasis pods and wake up to a brand new beginning. But the future they actually wake up in, it is nothing like the one they were promised.
So when Petra wakes up, nearly 4 centuries later, she doesn't see her parents' faces. Her new reality is just cold, it's sterile, and it's ruled by a really chilling new group. She learns very, very quickly that the price for humanity's survival was way steeper than anyone could have possibly imagined. The ship's new rulers call themselves the Collective, and they talk a lot about unity. But, as Petra's dad once warned her, there's a really dangerous line between equality and sameness. The Collective's goal isn't to create a fair society. No, it's to create a completely blank one through total, absolute erasure. And their mission is chillingly simple. The Collective believes that to stop any future fights or wars, all memory of the past, everything has to be wiped clean. No more culture, no differences, and absolutely no stories. Just a blank slate, a new history that they get to write.
So, Petra Peña, she's gone. In her place is Zeta 1. The Collective has renamed all the surviving children, just stripping them of who they were. They're not people anymore, not with families and histories. Nope, they're just cogs in a machine, conditioned to serve without a single question. But here's the thing. Something went wrong with Petra's stasis pod. While all the other kids woke up with their memories totally wiped, hers are still there. Every single one. She is now completely, utterly alone, like a single speck of color in this vast, gray, uniform world. These are the last, heartbreaking words Petra overhears from a man named Ben, a monitor who actually tried to save humanity's knowledge before the Collective took everything over. You see, he understood this fundamental truth that the Collective just totally missed. A world without its stories is a world without a soul. And then, just when you think it can't get any worse, she has the most horrifying realization of all. The Collective didn't just wipe memories. They purged the ship. All the adults, the scientists, the farmers, her parents, they're all gone. Petra is the only one left who remembers Earth, who remembers her family, who remembers the tales of abuela. She is, quite literally, the last Cuentista. So this question becomes Petra's entire mission. The other children, kids like Suma and Rubio, they have no idea what they've lost. All they know are the Collective's lies. So how can she possibly save them when they don't even have a concept of a past to try and get back? And Petra finds her answer. But it's not in some fancy technology or through force. No, it's in the one thing she has left, her stories. The cuentos her grandmother told her. They become more than just memories. They become a quiet rebellion, a weapon to fight back against the Collective's brainwashing. It's kind of perfect, isn't it? The very thing the Collective tried so hard to destroy, culture, folklore, history,
That's what Petra now uses as her most powerful weapon. She starts to tell the other children stories, planting these little seeds of imagination and memory in their minds. La que no se arriesga no cruza la mar. It means she who doesn't risk doesn't cross the sea. This little saying from her grandmother becomes her guiding star. Petra realizes she has to take a huge risk. It's not just about telling stories anymore. It's about using them to plan an escape to the planet down below.
So her plan unfolds in 3 incredibly dangerous steps. First, use the stories to crack through the kids' conditioning. Second, she has to somehow convince them to trust her over everything they've ever been taught. And finally, she has to lead this really perilous escape to Sagan, all while the sinister Chancellor Nyla is watching their every move.
But this escape is only possible because of a truly shocking discovery. Her little brother, Javier, he actually survived the purge. But he was artificially aged into an old man and forced to work in the labs. And in his final act, he sabotages the collective and sacrifices himself, making sure Petra and the kids can get to the planet. His words just show the immense weight of what they're carrying. And against all odds, they make it. They actually do it. Petra and a small group of children, their minds slowly waking up, step out of a shuttle and take their very first breaths on Sagan. They are free.
But that freedom, it's bittersweet. Petra's standing on this new world, but she's alone. No parents, no brother, none of the adults who were supposed to build this future. They have a new home, sure, but the cost has been just immeasurable.
And then, in the silence of this strange alien world, they hear something. A faint sound drifting on the wind. The strum of a guitar. Laughter. Music. And they realize the first ship, the one with the builders and farmers, it made it. They are not the last humans. They are not alone. In this new world, they have finally found a new beginning. They have finally found home.
I mean, think about Petra's journey for a second. It's this incredible transformation. She starts as just a girl who listens to stories, but she's forced to become their only keeper, then a quiet rebel, and finally, the leader who carries the fire of humanity's entire past into a totally unknown future. The wind carried it off far away into the stars. That's how Abuela Lita always ended her tales. It was this beautiful, poetic release. But for Petra, the story isn't over. Not at all. It has just been carried across the stars, and it's ready for its next chapter to be written.
So yeah, they will tell the stories of Earth, and of Lita, and of a brave brother named Javier. But now they'll also create new ones. Their very own cuentos, born from survival on a new planet called Sagan. And it's such a powerful reminder that we are all storytellers, which kind of leaves us with one last question. What are the stories you choose to carry forward?